Hello, we turned our microphones off because
I didn't turn mine off. You turned mine off.
because we are rebels. I don't know if I did or if I didn't. So
Why
I
are you
cannot
taking me
confirm
down
or
with
deny.
you? Why are you doing this?
Heroic are starting on the CT side, and we can see that Virtus.pro are creeping through the squeaky door. Mihu and Neo are in main and can offer some pop flashes. Nice smoke onto the highway position, but the bomber's fallen to the floor. Rubino can't get any frags, but S-Tag will try and keep it even. Freiburg and Nico coming in now, leaving Mihu alone with a lot to do here. That's a good start, picking up a new weapon. Extra range of the P250. There's a player on car teasing him. But where is the second player? He's coming in on the flank. Maybe Mihu hears something. Given 1 versus 1, he only requires the 1 bullet. He goes for the duel with the P250, and he can guarantee the bomb plant now.
This actually looks really favourable. I couldn't even get the word out my mouth. And Mihu has shot his opponent in the face. Very
okay,
nice.
Mihu. Okay. With a 4K.
Let's see if VP can have a successful anti-force buy as well, because that sure as hell is coming. P250 is the best gun for the pistol round. It's so good for the T side, at the very least. 3 MAC-10s, so you would expect absolutely there to be a specific plan here for VP. We get some quick flashes and smokes there into middle by Stacks, and they'll rush up into the boost position. This is pretty common. You can find some really favorable engagements in that position, and you can really quickly overwhelm the CTs if you have all these MAC-10s together, because they can run as a pack, like a pack of dogs surrounding you. Goodbye, everyone. Of course, Heroic at least. Middle is clear.
Pasha spots 1 player at the top of highway. But where are the other 2 players? Virtus.pro approaching the B bomb site. There will be a second man rotating from in Freiburg. Rubino on the site itself, trying to pick the right time. Damage must be done in this force buy. There is a T behind the smoke as well. Simple trade leaves S-Tag alone. So 4 of the 5 players went for the force buy there for Heroic. 1 player, Nico, saving money for a sniper, one would presume. So I am interested to see what how well equipped Heroic will be on their buy round, and how they will choose to approach mid, for example, as they probably won't have as many incendiary grenades as they might like. 1 flash on Nico. Maybe, okay. Where are they going? Towards main, one would presume. Rubino spotting mid. Pop flash into main. No, they're going back towards the mid position. So maybe Rubino has seen something, but flashbang is soon coming in. Barley with an off angle, so he'll avoid it. And this should be a relatively simple lineup. He has a great angle. And now he just needs to find the man who threw the grenade. Patient tapping from Pasha. Can't spray from that distance of a MAC-10. Just got to tap, tap, and burst.
Always really satisfying to see a fast series of kills like that. Now, all the rifles coming out for Heroic. No AWP just yet for them. They don't even have much. Well, the utilities is okay. It's okay. But on the CT side, you really would like it to be more. If you don't have much utility like this, you start to think, okay, how can we play to conserve it? And so either you play, it's easy to play a bit too passively, but it's also easy to be a bit too overeager on aggression as well. It's a hard balance, hard line to walk. And Virtus.pro immediately throwing a lot of presence towards A main, and it will be the response will be the counter grenades there from Heroic on the defense. More pressure from VP with grenades. Will we see more counter grenades from Heroic? VP definitely win the utility battle, that's for sure.
They've expended quite a bit though, and they don't quite have a push into a site just yet, and the frags are going away with the CT side. Modi with a lovely angle, not so common. Can take a while to identify. 4 versus 3, and despite the lack of money at the start of the round, things are looking pretty good for Heroic. 2 versus 3 though, that can still turn around. They need to survive in the numbers. Nico down to 7 HP, trying to buy cover the Molotov, but Barley's already passed it. Barley alone now versus 2. Where are these CT players, he might ask. Gotta be careful that Molotov doesn't spread. Trying to thin the numbers, and there we go. Got the 1 versus 1. Fake to try and draw out Freiburg, who knows what is possible, and he will not overcommit, but he is by the car wall. Barley will see him, but it will be the last thing he sees.
That was a close one, and the economy of Heroic cannot really sustain rounds such as that, and they're going to be in an even worse position on the buy, I think, as to the last round. You can see MP9 comes out, the FAMAS comes out as well, and Life is not going to be too happy, but VP in the meantime. AWP, AK-47s, Molotovs, fancy stuff. So let's see how they use it. The previous round, they decided to just barrel into the A main position and apply constant pressure, try to get rid of all the CT counter grenades, then push in. Didn't end up working out in the end. And this time we're going to see right now Neo opening things up really well to the B bomb side, but Freiberg's not having any of that.
He must have seen Neo backing off there. Surely saw his gun. Nico, Freiberg, S-tag. Oh, it's disastrous when. Oh, this is interesting. Nico's made his way into main, but S-tag is still rotating towards the A site. They don't have information towards mid, but now S-tag's going back towards B. There's an engagement from Nico. There's a second play there in Bayali, who's carrying the bomb, not spotted by the CT side, so they still don't really have the info. And now they don't have the personnel. S-tag alone towards B bomb site in a 1 versus 4, and it seems that Heroic are going to be reset. We'll see if he manages to survive. Bomb has been planted. 4 players alive for the time being for Virtus.pro. A good start for them on Cash. Again, they did win the first map of this best-of-3 series, so this is most certainly not the start Heroic we're looking for.
No, it couldn't really be worse than this. And again, if you're just joining us, VP did win the first map. It was Mirage. It was a very close game, and my fear was that VP would have an easier time, more advantage going into Cash. And with a start like this, Heroic really have an uphill struggle on their hands. 4 HE grenades. Will they understand exactly where to place them? Because you obviously want to be tossing at least 2 or 3 in the same location at the same time. They're going to go for a bombardment of middle. A barrage. Not going to work out, though. Grenades will miss everything. Not really do any damage at all. Rubino will push his way forwards, but so far, Heroic are yet to get a frag, yet to get themselves anything on the board. And, well, there you go. Rubino will take down Pasha, but the AWP can be recollected easily, of course. So VP definitely looking strong for that 5-1. And we'll soon be there. Rubino just with a bit of KZ action over here, looking to get that AWP. And
in the face.
He can only dream of the AWP because his eyes are now being closed.
No one likes landing face first. You land on your ass, that's where you land. Not on your face. I saw a guy slip in a vegetable market with his hands in his pockets and land on his face. I'm glad it wasn't me. Another eco round for Heroic. 2 HE grenades have been purchased. Make it 3. Other than that, they are due to be slaughtered. They're on the meat hooks. They are moving through the factory. They have taken their numbers, and their numbers will soon be called up. 4 players in the mid position. Now there are 2. Now there's 1.
That looked really funny.
And now there are none. Modi towards B. Modi's dead. Those are the eco rounds we like. Quick in, quick out. Ejector seat was pressed, and we are on to the next spy round. Neo's called a pause, though. A tactical pause for Virtus.pro. Bayali sitting on $10,000 at the moment, which means plenty of pressure coming to Heroic, regardless of success or failure. Let's tag with a sniperoo. So, indeed, Heroic are better equipped now. We'll see if it makes a difference, or if it will come down to the frags. I mean, in fairness, in that one round they did win. They were ill-equipped, but got around regardless.
That's
a really turned down.
When his wife went into labor, Pasha was in another room and was playing CS. Oh my God. When his wife started calling for him because the baby was coming, he lifted his headphones and replied, "Just a second, I'm still playing." Okay, that's the story to be proud of, but yeah. I guess dedication.
That's what CS does to you,
there is some dedication going on here.
Is he going to play the spawn, Pasha? Smokes are down. Molotovs will head towards Rubino's position. See the one in the vent as well. Ooh, that's a very nice grenade late in the game. 6-1. This is a buy round for Heroic. Virtus.pro being patient, inviting some aggression. And there's a resmoke from the CT side. So Virtus.pro will spend the beginning of this round waiting out the utility of Heroic, of which there is not much left. And then Virtus.pro will make their play. They do have position in mid, though. Neo in the white box, waiting for a flashbang from his teammate, perhaps.
Yeah, have to be really careful of overextensions there into middle, because if there is an AWP playing like quad, for example, you have a very unfavorable engagement, and you're just in the open. So you've got to be very careful with how you use that map control. They understand that, they don't press the issue. Instead, they go for the splits. And they do have a man watching for any push from main still. friberg able to deal with that, but there are more players to go for 15 HP. Oh my god, friberg's doing way too much damage here. VP are unable to punish for some reason. friberg's still alive. He's not supposed to be alive.
And support coming in to trade for him. He will do the trading, in fact. friberg, he is on a heater at the moment. Snax and Mihu now. They've got a 2v2 on the B bomb site because Modi's still on A. 9 seconds on the clock to get this bomb planted. Snax trying to make his way there. Cutting off Nico peeking while they try to position post-plant. Modi coming into C2 to join S-Tag.
This is actually not looking too bad for VP after all said and done. I thought friberg's effort was a little bit too monstrous. But now it's down to Snax. Modi will be making his way and doesn't seem to know exactly where Snax is at the moment. And the bomb is planted in a really good spot for Snax. There goes. Modi goes for the guess. Incorrect this time, and just being toyed with. Snax picks his moment, and it will be then. Modi goes down. Not too much he can do. A 7-1 scoreline, and once again the money sucks for Heroic. They must save.
Following the conclusion of this round, if they are to lose, which they should, this will be maximum loss bonus for Heroic for what it is worth. And that means that they can make more of an investment into this round, so this is a more dangerous eco than the ones we have seen prior. Just 2 smoke grenades, a bunch of pistols, a mixed bag, a plate of Swiss cheese perhaps. But it's Virtus.pro they want to fill with holes. Quiet boost. Can S-Tag get down without causing a sound? He can, but surely, yeah, Mihu's seen the steps, you see the adjustment. He realizes a CT has just walked past, but why would he walk there? Probably because of a boost. Spots a player by the car, holding his angles. That's a jaw he can take, unless it's a deagle. You can see Mihu thinking with his crosshair. There it is, Modi picking his time, maybe realizing what had happened, but you can only do so much. Pasha pushing the car with the AWP, although his teammate's holding the angle, and surely Nico's hungry for it. But there we go. Next fire round coming in for Heroic, and there are only 6 rounds left in this half, so they better start winning some soon.
Yeah, and when VP were on the receiving end of this on cash in the first place, they were able to come back. So I wonder if Heroic have that level waiting, if they are able to find that one opportunity to sort of spring off of, to get a string of rounds to create an opportunity. But if the struggle continues like this, it does look very grim for them. Mihu's going to go charging straight out there into middle. That is fantastic. Just nailing S-Tag straight away. They didn't even get a chance to respond. Oh my god. It's like 1 minute 25 in the round. Oh! 2 players left. Just after 20 seconds of passing the round, everyone's getting wrecked.
Okay then. Okay then. Neo, Snax and Pasha, absolute savagery. And friberg, at this point, is there any reason for him to go for the save? They're going to probably be on the eco. Well, actually, these two could buy for their teammates, but they're not likely to survive. They might not realize they're surrounded. It's kind of weird. If you know you're surrounded, you could argue that you might as well go for it. But Nico's kind of trapped in connector, which leaves friberg on his own if he were to push the B-bomb site. So this is very, very awkward for Heroic. It seems they'll move into CT. There's Pasha from the back. And Virtus.pro obviously nothing to lose. See him disposing of his weapon, so even if he dies, they don't take anything extra out of this round. Do Two-day chase. Come on, come on, come on. So much money. They don't want to give up the extra $300, but I think it's worth the risk. Anyway, 9-1 in favor of Virtus.pro. Snacks has a spawn to peek mid. Might be asking for the AWP, perhaps. We'll see if Heroic can turn their fortunes around with these saved weapons.
Yeah, the last round was a little bit brutal, wasn't it? Right, a very fast incendiary there from Heroic to help them take control of middle. Of course, part of the reason that you want the incendiary is to prevent that fast boost so that you can get forward positions. And that's what they've got. So there is a tell there because we haven't seen the incendiary land on the boost position too often. And you can see the Molotov's in response here. But they've got a pretty committed setup. There's the smoke from Rubino. So that is going to give Neo the clue that there is absolutely someone there. Ooh, he misses the pre-fire around the corner, which is unfortunate. The spam does not find its targets. And really, Heroic are pretty all in on this mid setup at the moment. If VP try to push into it and they lose their players, that's the round over.
Well, Nico taken out. Freiburg will respond, and he's managed to get out of that sandbag position. I think he was mostly flashing for his teammates, but let's see what Virtus.pro choose to do. Is it a wall of smokes in mid? It is a wall of smokes from the T side. Rubino, though, is in a forward position. Does Barley check for this? Or do they assume it's clear? He's got the information now, eventually. Took a second for the comms to come through, but Rubino's being traded. The bomb is in the middle position. Freiburg spraying, and he will fall back. Does he take the angle towards the box? He does not, and they make their way through into the B bomb site, where only S-Tag waits for them.
But he has the perfect gun for this, and as you can see, untradeable. No smoke grenades, no flashbangs at this point in the round to really deter him. There's Molotov for the headshot position. Maybe there is a chance after all. I thought S-Tag would be able to hold on, but the Molotov did really allow Bialy to take a great angle there as S-Tag peeked into him. So in actual fact, it looks like they're going to be able to take this one unless Modi can do something incredible here. He's going to be moving in, and of course, Bialy is very weak. But these Virtus.pro players have been having quite a game so far. Modi's got to deliver big.
He's completely sold them with the flashbang. They're both looking at CT. And
he has an incendiary as well. That goes a very long way on this bomb site, but he's not shooting the throw just yet. Oh my god, Modi. Oh no. That was a lot of indecision from Modi right there. Interesting. Perhaps at that point, it's really weird because he gets to the ramp and he hasn't really got a clear idea of what's on the site just yet, but it's almost like he thinks, oh, well, there can't be someone on site. I have time to pull out an incendiary. Oh, wait, I don't. Oh, wait, now I'm getting shot at.
When he was in mid, he was going towards the vent and he threw a flashbang towards, like over the roof, basically, towards CT. So one guy was watching high, one guy was watching low. He made it into the vent. They still had no idea. So he had an opportunity there, but walking into a site with a grenade in your hand, not the best plan, I think it's fair to say. 4 CZs and a Deagle for Heroic in this round, trying to ruin the timing of Virtus.pro with the smoke grenade, but S-Tag will have his face ruined. No exfoliation is going to fix that. Now they're just running through. One player is. Only spots one player for his for that push. Is that gun going to be collected? The 3 Heroic players were towards the A site, but now they've fallen back. That might have been interesting, but of course, now there is tradability for VP, but not so much for Heroic.
Yeah, this is really cool, actually, just kind of setting up the split later into the rounds. The split is the way to do this. I think some teams would have tried to just brute force it into the A side, but I think we can see that the split should be a very effective solution to avoid any problems. Nico unable to do anything, no hiding spot against the split. So 11-1 is the scoreline now as VP once again push Heroic into a position where, well, actually with the max loss bonus, they have a pretty good buy in this round, but VP at the moment are just outskilling them pretty consistently. That's been a big issue for Heroic so far.
Tactical pause from the side of Heroic. Modi has bought an AWP. I do wonder if they'll be buying 2 because Nico's got over 6K. They need to change something. Speaking of Modi, let's see what his trivia is. This could be all kinds of things with his history. Since 2008, Modi has been a staple of the Swedish Counter-Strike scene. He played for Fnatic, SK Gaming, and Flipside Tactics. 10 years.
That's a very positive one. That's good because I think he deserves a lot of recognition. as being, I think that's a really good way to describe him. He's definitely been a staple of CS in Sweden. And I'm just looking at the opening duel statistics here, and S-Tag, who's the AWPer, he's 1 for 4. But if you look at the VP, you've got Bialy 2-0, Snax 2-0, Mihu 1-0, Neo 2-1, Snax 2-2. So no one with a negative opening duel here. And just look at this, you just get another example of that. Look at the pace from Bialy just charging forwards. He cares not.
That was an absolutely monstrous play again. He had the spawn for mid, ran out, took out both players. I think it was one spray. Nasty, nasty stuff. But the bomb has been lost. And the bomb has been collected again. But if Mori re-peeks, then who knows what might happen. Actually, Snax has gone beyond the bomb. He's left the bomb in situ. Wonder if there's some kind of setup that can be had here for Heroic with Rubino by the car position. I think Snax has smoked off the short area, but now Freiberg's on the flank, although he will be heard running around, and Pasha will try to catch him off under the CZ, but the CZ won't be enough on this occasion. Now Snax quietly moving out of the mid position. And Freiberg suggests he's run off, but he's still there. Now he's dead, but he's got the info for his team, Modi and Rubino. But surely they've got to go 1 to A and 1 to B, because Snax could go anywhere. Not sure if the vent has been popped just yet, but he's walking towards Connector. Maybe he'll find a gap in these defenses.
Snax has today, I would say, been pretty much the best player on VP. Bialy is having a really good game on Cash here, but Snax, we know how smart he is in clutch. And he finds the back of Rubino, and now he gets a favorable position. Modi's going to have to rotate. He does not have a defuse kit at the moment. Snax gets his pick of a plant spot, which is a very open plant. And once again, you know, we saw Modi in this position before. This exact position where he had to accept he had a rifle instead of an AWP, and he was moving in. He saw this plant, and Snax just toyed with him. And let's see if Snax mixes it up. Because last time Modi guessed right, but Snax was left. Will Modi now guess left, now that Snax is right?
This time he checks the site, probably because of the previous round. Oh my god, dude! Oh, Modi, for a much-needed second round, with a flick of the wrist, he doubles the score of Heroic.
Ooh, so fast.
That was good, man. That was good. That's like swallowing a cake whole. That was delicious.
It's so fast. Wow. I mean, it seemed like a no-scope in how quick it was, but he even had time to just pull out the scope. That's pretty nuts.
Some people at home are probably thinking, oh, but he hadn't touched the bomb. Why did the VP player peek? Well, I mean, part of the matter is if you can, ouch! If you can hear the player going towards the bomb to touch it, then maybe catch him off guard. So such is life. Second round on the board for Heroic, and they get the opening frag onto Pasha in mid.
Rubino almost finished off by the nade after being wall-banged down to like 40, 50 health. And Bialy, I mean, you saw in the previous round the level of confidence Bialy has at the moment. He's very happy just run and gun, which is not always a good thing, to be honest. But Snax, speaking of run and gun, he'll get himself into the A site, looking to create some space, some openings, knowing that a lot of players from Heroic have been occupied with middle, and so that he can get a 1v1 on the side. He was kind of correct, but the rotation was quick from those mid players. So 2v3 here for VP to play out, and they have the bomb planted. They can get the post-plant situation. So it's not actually horrendous, but then 2 AWPs here for Heroic.
Oh, Mihi's got the smoke. Okay. I was going to say, if he crossed to the side, he could go throw it to his right, but he can play around this smoke as well, but he's got to be good. It's a really tight spot, and he is pretty exposed. So there is a gap, but Mihu's ready for all of it, and Neo covers his back, covers his 6, and there is a reset once again. The grey button on the SNES. They've even pulled a cartridge out. No play for Heroic.
Mihu's position there, like moving for, like taking that angle where your full body's exposed and they're playing headshot is, I mean, of course you get the A box to sort of jiggle with, but at the same time, it's still like I think, you know, as you say, like you have to be really good to make that position work consistently. But Mihu's shown us that he's really confident when it comes to these fights. So 12-2, that's the reset onto Heroic. It could not really be all that much worse, could it? Well, actually, sure there's someone out there. But either way, the conclusion might be the same here. This might be too steep a climb for Heroic.
Not a good start. Double orbs on the T side. Last round of the first half of Virtus.pro. They are coasting at the moment. The boat is in cruise control. And they're having a barbecue. Quite literally. There's some pierogi. Some cabbage and cheese. 13-2. Not much play in this for Heroic unless they can win the pistol. It's a long way back.
Yeah, 120 ADR at the moment for Bialy, 102 for Snax.
Modi has 5 kills.
Yes.
Rubino and S-Tag each have 4 kills. That is a half of dominance by their opponent. They've had their head in the mud with a dirty boot on their ear. Life was not good. But
yeah.
Maybe the bullying has come to an end. All starts with a pistol.
Yes, for Kevlar's, it's S-Tag with all the nades. Mihu will go for a peek. Oh, knows, he knows. Heads being shown. Mihu just is just almost just not even jiggling back into cover to reload. And it's the 3v3 and the full rotation comes in, or at least VP have the info that it was an A attack initially. Heroic have pressed the foot on the brake though for the time being. That could work out because look at this. Piasha goes in for information. He gets punished.
Snax making his way through the squeaky door while Modi is in main. But Snax, does he check main? Modi's not visible because he is by the lockers, and surely Snax is going to peek main and not Modi's position. There's, oh, he's smart enough for it just in time, but he hasn't seen the bomb. And that was a potential split perhaps being made, but now they're going towards the B bomb site instead. But Neo has an angle, and they may look away from this position when they go past. Oh, what? What? What is that? The Matrix extras? Deleted scenes? Director's cut? Excusez-moi? Snax can still win this for his side. That was ridiculous. What kind of air was that? He's got the Jordans on. Snax will assume that one person is on the site. However, neither is. All he sees Freiburg repositioning, but he has not identified that that is the very same player who planted the bomb. And there is a crossfire. He walks into the mincer.
It's not over just yet, though, all things considered. I mean, the force buy will be quite dangerous from Virtus.pro. And Patch is on the scout. And Patch is one of those players where just sometimes he'll have a round where he'll just annihilate everyone.
Stop.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, does it? That's a bit...
It's like when your aces get drawn out by 5-2 offsuit. It is going to happen some of the time.
Yeah, it's definitely some luck going on there, but that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so VP actually going to have 2 players here. A very fast B push from Heroic. They make the... Is that a counter grenade? Is that...
CT
smoke?
grenade.
Is that a CT smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standard one.
That's really cool here because Heroic was sort of offering up what is looking about, to be the sort of very basic nade set from like one player where you smoke off the door and then they disperse with the entire team into the bomb site, which is what they wanted to create a surprise. But you can see that smoke really slowed things down here, and it might change the equation a little bit for Heroic. They still have a bunch of nades though.
It's awkward when you don't have the map control at this point. Virtus.pro, though, are gambling on them rotating. They're gambling on Heroic, thinking that VP have stacked behind these smoke grenades. However, they have not. But it's okay because VP can just stay on the A bomb site or set up somewhere for exits and the like. Pasha, that's a lovely flick. And they haven't planted a bomb just yet, so they are buying time for VP to rotate back, and that's what VP are starting to do, make their way back to the B bomb site. But again, I don't know, unless they can get another entry before moving into the actual site, they could just save for the next round because they don't have position. Mihu and Bali are still on the A bomb site, so there's no need to jump off the side of the ship. Yeah,
and another cool benefit of that is that you're not going to give money away to the SMGs. Obviously, there's only 2 out there, but still, if you keep the integrity of this buy alive into the next round, which would otherwise be a full save, you can get another opportunity to do some serious damage. Pasha, don't overstep the scout, keep the scout alive. I really want to see the scout into the next round. Oh, he's going to die to the bomb, isn't he? Ooh, no, he's not. He lost 1 HP. So
he got away like OJ.
Oh, wow, Snags just getting in there right at the end to sneakily get a kill onto Nico. That's actually pretty huge. Some more economic damage. Now, this is so cool. They actually survive with everyone. You very, very rarely see that. I'm really curious to see how this round will go because they saw that Heroic, one of their anti-force spies, was that B play. Now, it's up to Heroic. Will Heroic do the same round again, or will they do something completely different? And what is the read from VP?
2-2-1 set up from Virtus.pro for this round. They have the smoke towards the B bomb site, but Neo's quickly dispatched of. Pasha will reposition. He can use the range. Reset the situation. Fearless push from Heroic in the highway position. And 2 of the plays are tagged now. I don't know by what, but for sure Rubino can take that 65 damage from the scout, but they are thinning the numbers. Is there a smoke for CT? There is. There's a Molotov for the upper position as well. Ooh, surely Pasha gets something out of this. Crouch peek will be enough. Only Barley gets a kill so far. Scout collected, and we'll see what he can do now. Not a whole lot. 8 rounds behind Heroic.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of opportunities for VP there. Just no one really connected their shots. Like, we saw a lot of meat shots from the Deagle, from Mihu in mid, but unfortunately, Pasha couldn't find a single connection off the scout to punish any of those weaker players. However, VP did sort of limit the amount of money that Heroic generated from making frags and also from having to rebuy some weapons because VP were doing some damage. So VP have kept the pressure up in a good way, and now they'll have to deal with a round where they've got M4s but on very limited utility. It's going to be a bit risky. Pasha's play here, the boost on the smoke, or over the smoke there in middle. And Bialy's going a bit ham there. He's pushing a main by himself, even though he's got 3 teammates who were basically occupied with middle early in the round. That's a risky play, and it may let Heroic into the bomb site, but no. A very fast response from VP.
Mihu, a problem at the back of the A site. An off angle for him, but Nico's ready for it, but Pasha's on the high ground. He's elevated and he will trade. Now leaves Body alone, 1 versus 3. This is not a round Heroic can afford to lose, especially with 3 plays surviving for the CT side. More tags, can he get the bomb down? Does he know if anybody's on the site? Snack starting to move in. Modi, he wants to win this round. He's not playing for worst case scenario, he's playing for best case scenario. Trying to avoid most of these players now, expecting that the car player might get in a reload, and we might see this weird turn of events where he can make a play towards the B bomb site, but still, he needs to get a frag on the way. Does he flag the player in connector? Well, the QQ didn't help, and that's 14-5. Pause being requested by Virtus.pro.
Let Heroic simmer in their despair. Well, it's going to be tough. They have... How much money do they have? Not a great amount, to be honest. A couple players on 3K, 1 player on 4K. Rubino on 4,300, Nico on 6,300. It's not a great look there for Heroic. And again, if they lose this round, then they'll be in a position where they're playing for overtime. So I think they should just be just spending everything, both rounds at this point. They have enough for a good buy, or good enough buy. And oh, Freeberg. Let's see what he's.
He was backwards.
I see the trivia on him. Oh, we did.
Get wrecked.
Nothing.
Get absolutely read this one, Dan.
Nothing.
There was text there.
He's an anonymous man.
There was text there.
Oh, was there really?
Yeah, it was just tiny and backwards.
Oh.
Wrong camera angle for it. Anyway, 14-5. Heroic do go for the buy.
Never mind.
3 AKs, MP7, and a UMP onto S-Tag. And they've pretty much used almost all of their utility already. Could be a simple B split. It will be charging him, but Snacks is ready for them. Shutting one down, but he will be traded by Modi.
It's actually pretty good for Neo right now. Nice smoke from Pasha, allowing himself to move into the bomb site to help out Neo. Won't be able to keep Neo alive, but he'll do some additional damage, although it's going to work out well enough for Heroic. A 2v2 Mihu though, catching Freiberg, moving into a different position. That's how you want to do it. Very hard for Freiberg to defend that. And now Nico in the 1v2 from headshot. Has to be strong in this position. Takes some damage, forced away by the flames. Down to 9. Oh god, if they spread. More flames. Flames all over the place. Nico Is he going to back into the flames? I'm so afraid for him. They're going to line up, but he can't get both. It's byali to take him down. He's been arrested.
Triple Molotov. He got tasered, man, and it was fatal. I think Mihi went to Sunroom to throw Molotov at the back of the site. If it was default, probably would have killed him, but it was on the other side. But then the third molly came in. All the mollies, the heat is rising, and Heroic may be stuck in the microwave. This is last chance saloon out. They must win 10 of 10 if they are to survive for the time being. Again, this is match point for Virtus.pro, having won the previous map. Snacks with a forward spawn, but no sniper rifle, so I don't expect to see anything crazy from him towards the B bomb site. friberg maybe playing a spawn of his own towards the white box, and the spray is there. He sees the second player as well, so he's got some information.
Information is very important in Counter-Strike. It's key. And with all of middle, you have a great spot for Heroic to just sit for the time being. There's not really too much that they have to do. They can, in this 5v4, wait for the response from VP. The typical thing is that VP would push something. They need that button of information gathering on them, but that said, friberg will be peeking out into yours checkers without any support, and he's going to go down, equalizing the situation. And perhaps he thought he had a surprise element to be played out there against the CTs of VP, but they will happily defend. So now VP can pretty much just sit themselves in the 4v4, and no one has utility on either team. There's no utility anywhere except one incendiary on byali.
Throw it now. Throw it on the floor. Make it all even.
The OCD.
S-Tag picked off, but do they hear the players behind him? There are two more coming out of the main position. byali's not man enough for the job on this occasion. Man advantage now for Heroic. Snacks looking to flank, but no one's got an angle to serve him a kill. Neo's on a very far rotation. Neither of these players have a kit either. Joining him in mid, but he might be heard by Rubino, who's gone deep into main. And yeah, for sure, Rubino hears this movement in the middle position. It seems Virtus.pro will give up on this one. They will let Heroic get to 6. What is the money for VP? It isn't spectacular. Neither is loss bonus, so we'll see what they choose to do. Now their decision might be easier for them with only Snacks alive at 14 HP. Round number 6 for Heroic. 9 more to go.
Boom. Well, it's going to be a long road for them. And VP have so many ways that they can attack this situation. Obviously, there's not too much they can do right now. Although, if we cast our minds back to Na'Vi yesterday against NIP, there was a situation where a Na'Vi were tilting and in a round where people were messing up their buys and they had pistols and stuff, and they actually just won the game on that round. So you never know. You never know in Counter-Strike. friberg's going to run straight out there. He's going to get tagged up pretty heavily, actually. He's going to keep pushing. Oh my god. Even more damage done from Patch the Scout through the smoke onto the likes of Rubino and friberg. They're all tagged up now. There's opportunity. A lot of opportunity here. Yeah,
there is. Mihu and his USP could be deadly if he gets into the right position. And he's got... Okay, I was going to say he had nothing to lose, but he had an AK. Now he's dead. Never mind. Pasha is towards the A site, and it will be round number 7 for Heroic. 8 rounds to go. We watch them one by one. friberg is looking good, I must say. Post ninjas in pajamas. Despite the difficulties the team is having, at least we can see some fun frags from him, some nice sprays towards those players on that short position. I don't think anyone's got a great spawn, though, in this round to make such a play on the T side, unless they, of course, want to just go into mid in general. That said, Virtus.pro, actually, it might be a blessing in disguise for Heroic, because Virtus.pro have got 4 high explosive grenades, and they are headed into that mid position, so the T's would have been exploderized. Nice patience. Oh, the bomb! The bomb has fallen into the mid position. I don't know if anyone's there to take some fights, though. Modi falls in on his own. Snacks and Mihu, maybe with that distraction, or Snacks will move into main. Mihu's going to fight this highway position. Don't want to go to the well too many times. He will, though. And he'll die.
It's almost over. Thank God the eco round's over. You can all look back at your screens. Virtus.pro on match point. Heroic fighting for their lives. Of course, they will not be eliminated. But they won't have as good of a seed. Now, Virtus.pro with that AWP on Snags. I wonder if he'll be working the B positions. You know, he's very versatile as Snags. He's actually in the middle. And this might be the right call. If he is able to get a pick on the players of Heroic as they're starting to take mid control, that would be pretty nice for VP. But he'll be forced back by grenades. He played it very tentatively, which is fine. And VP is getting track. Oh, Rubino just pushing through the smoke there. The meta, the mind games around that smoke. And now Snags is in position. Oh, just crossing with no smoke at all. Now the smoke gets thrown. But will Snags get something else? Is he going to go forward with the flashback? Oh my God, he gets another frag. He's in a headshot. What on earth is happening? Snags on the bomb site, looking to get another frag, finally silenced. 3 players left for VP as they push in.
Bought so much time for his team. Is Nico expecting a second player on event? He sees him now. He will continue to duel. I think you know where Pasha is as well. The bomb's not planted just yet. Maybe fearing some more aggression from the CT side now. Freiberg will plant for his teammate. Barley coming in from the T-spawn position. And Pasha having a look at mid. Where is Pasha headed? Ooh, do they have time for this? Neither of these players have a kit. Barley gets picked off. Now Pasha seems to have changed his mind. One would assume there is no defuse kit to be collected. Is he going for kills? Is he going for a sniper? Round number 9 for Heroic. They continue. They had like 5 players around that B bomb site. So there's a kill at the very least. We'll make it expensive. And who knows? These kills may pay off in a round where Virtus.pro potentially win the match. Heroic may have less than they would have otherwise liked to have had. So every little counts. But Virtus.pro indeed on the eco again. S-Tag. What trivia do they have for him? Almost Batman sign there. Snappy proclaimed S-Tag as the new Fallen in a tweet.
Well, it's a long way to go to live up to that. I mean, that's quite a proclamation.
I'm the new Fallen.
That push from Snags was just... I wonder if it looks scarier to us because we actually can see what he's pushing into. And he can't see that. So maybe that's like why it looks so ridiculous.
I think pushing through that smoke is scary at all times.
It is really... With an AWP as well. It's insane. Because you're going to be have to hitting no scopes when you go emerge through that smoke.
I suppose... Let me see. Yeah, they're about to be at a max loss. And they need 1 round, then they have buy, eco, buy, eco, buy, eco. So it's so why not get in there? If you think you can make a play, obviously it's a risk. Sometimes risks must be taken. He did buy time for his team as well. Once he got into the headshot position and then closer to the site. That was must have been panic stations for Heroic for sure.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that that play that actually made the round winnable, because without that player, it just doesn't look winnable. There were so many players left alive still. When I think there's 4 players left alive when the smoke dropped. So just Neo left here in this eco round. Let's see if you could potentially see more of these rounds. Oh, Neo's doing some damage. Can he hold on to the AK? Unlikely. Picks up a flash. Doesn't sit pretty deep, and he is shut down. 10 rounds now for Heroic as they climb back, and this is one of those situations where, I mean, because we have this, we remember when, you know, VP created this position where they get to match point, where it looked so dominant, that it doesn't really feel like Heroic are in the game until it's 13, 15, and they're not far away from that. So VP need to find a way to close this game down pretty quickly, because Heroic, you gotta give them the respect that they can do this comeback.
Double sniper rifles. 3 on the server in total. 3 players all around the sandbag position. Wondered if they were looking to boost over the roof. Some people do that. SK used to do that a long time ago to avoid the spray from T side, but it seems Virtus.pro felt they had opportunity to push in anyway. So Pasha will be in mid with the AWP. S-Tag picking off Mihu from the squeaky door position. Nice. Snacks is alone on a B bomb site with his sniper rifle. Neo under the boost position mid. 1-2-1 set up for the CT side. Seems Barley got hit in the head through the door. I don't know if the T's would identify that. Now, how does Neo escape this position without being traded? No one holding the angles, just Jet pushing forward. 2 players facing him from Useless and T Warehouse. He will get picked off. Barley now trying to catch him off guard. Please spray both. He will. That could be the game and the match. And there it is, the last frag. Virtus.pro beat Heroic 16-10 for a 2-0 scoreline overall.
Yeah, I think, you have to be happy that VP could close it out here. And again, VP looking better than they do online, which is, I guess, what you tend to expect at events. And Heroic definitely have a ways to go. But yeah, I'm curious how VP are going to be able to perform if they're able to peak and show us more here. Because Bialy is a player that has been slept on, and he has not had good performances really for VP in a while. So it's kind of cool to see him go off on Cash here, because he had the best game, for sure.
What do you think, Paul? What does the desk think of this 2-0? Let us know your thoughts. Cheers.
As always, thank you very much, James. Yes, victory for Virtus.pro, perhaps surprisingly. Let's see whether our panel members are surprised. Are you surprised, gents?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I am. They look really dominant on Cash right there.
Colour us all surprised. I mean, where's that come from? Because that wasn't like it was earlier.
I think that was more of Heroic not really knowing what to do on their CT side. We saw the same thing as MVP, right? So VP could literally do whatever they wanted the entire match. They were able to take mid every single time they tried, even when Heroic was doing 3-man mid setups. And then when Heroic was giving up mid, they would play passive in the sites. VP would use utility to draw out utility from Heroic. And then they were able to do like executes every round onto the sites to get in good post-plant scenarios. And yeah, Heroic never tried pushing extremities, which is a huge fail when you play Cash. They didn't try a B push, a B boost in the site, an A main push early, a door push early. It was really just a stale and flat CT half, and that's kind of what showed also when you watch them against MVP.
Yeah, I mean, in a map like Cash, like you said, there's so many opportunities to do different kind of plays. You can intervene with the attacks. If you time them correctly, you can be right there as they're trying to execute. Let's say they're trying to take delayed middle. There's always a couple of flashes you can throw in and just run with 3 people, try to fight them middle to make sure that you have the numbers advantage. Or you can play A passively and have some sick retake strategies. You can smoke off the main, molly truck, and then just kind of progress through the bomb side and try to take it over. Or you can, like you said, you can have the pushes, go in a door, try to lock down that A main, so that forces T's to make some choices. But instead now, they were just kind of sitting ducks waiting for VP to take initiative, which they did, and they dominated.
Yeah, something that you see like a lot of really good CT Cash teams do is they will retake mid as a CT. So once the T's smoke Z, molly the vent, they'll re-molly the boost at that point from the white box mid. And then the T's are forced to recede back. They lose their smoke in Z. They lose their molly vent, and you can reclaim those positions as CT. There's no way that I would envision Heroic doing that in the next like 10 Cash matches until they enter a practice server.
Yeah, or apply pressure in B. That's also something you really do want to see, because a lot of teams try to play defaults to that B halls and try to take vent room control. Yeah,
but with that said, I think VP does an excellent job on their Cash of using their utility to force out the utility of the CTs. Right. They could destroy anyone playing a default setup with how they play.
Some scores on the screen from game 2, map 2. Overall, you'd probably pick out Snacks, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Snacks for sure.
23-13 on Cash and 26-17 on the first game. I mean, just like,
it was like
where'd that come from?
Vintage.
Snacks is back.
Yeah, good to see.
Yeah, fantastic play from him. Shout out for Freiberg on the second one as well, 23 for 19 on a losing side. Is it fair to say, though, with the way that Heroic played, they have made a lot of changes recently? There's 2 different players in this team in the last couple of months already. It's got to take time to come together. Yeah,
I feel like that's what usually the biggest hit comes to those mid-round situations, the kinds of like a little retakes and stuff like that on a CT side as well. So you kind of have to cut them some slack in this kind of situation for sure.
Yeah, I agree completely. Like I said, they weren't ready to play Cash. Mirage, in my opinion, I didn't really talk about it, but that one slipped out of their fingers. There was a lot of smoke diffuses on VP's side in that first half. And without that, I don't think VP's even in that game. That's like a map Heroic probably would win more times than they lose.
Okay. Let's bring you up to date with the brackets right now for Group B, because we played 3 series now. And as you can see at the top of Group B is Virtus.pro. We said this group could have gone any way. All 4 of those teams could have been in that first place, but it's ended up with the Polar Bears, who will go through to the semi-final thanks to a 2-0 scoreline in their group. Heroic will go through in second place. They'll be in the quarterfinals, which just leaves one question. Which of Tyloo and MVP will go through?
Another question is, what's the last time you saw Virtus.pro make it into a semifinal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I could probably tell you it's on here somewhere. Let me just go. Wait, I've got to. This might take some time.
Go back a couple pages.
10 years.
I don't know. Is it Krakow? I mean, do you know what? I am going to steal one. They last got to the semi-final at Adrenaline, but that was a little bit. You know, it's not. I know not everyone's there. It's not a big thing. But yeah, when you look back, V4. They got to the finals, didn't they?
Oh,
in
yeah,
Hungary.
before.
Oh, yeah,
that
sure.
would
That
be the
at
one.
least had competitive teams around the last 4 or 5.
Yeah,
so
that's the one.
Solid point.
They played really well there.
yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah,
That's the one-off they've had in like a year.
All right.
They
I'm
proved
trying
you wrong
to give them something
They
here.
actually got
wrong
last
today.
time here in Shanghai, actually, in a Star Ladder tournament. They got into the final. The loss of Renegades, though, in the final.
Right.
But
Maybe China, lucky for Virtus
Maybe
Pro.
it is. I don't know. Maybe it's
it
something
is.
in the air.
Maybe so.
Yeah. All right,
That
well,
buffet.
good stuff for
That
them.
buffet,
Why don't we have a look at the playoff bracket and show you how that's panning out? Because we now know 3 of our teams in this particular bracket. In fact, we know 5 in all, but we know the 2 in the semi-finals will be Virtus.pro in the top half of the bracket, already through the semi-finals, having won Group B. Navi yesterday, of course, dominated in Group A, so they have their place in the semi-finals. Look at that, the Virtus.pro Navi all the way to the grand final. Who knows? And NIP will go into the top half of the bracket and will play the 3rd place of Group B, which we'll see in a moment, and the winner will then play Virtus.pro. And at the bottom, of course, we now know that Heroic will play Envy. That should be a fun game as well. 2 teams with a lot of changes recently, going through fairly similar routines, not really knowing what they're doing in terms of CT sides. So that could be fun at least to watch.
Yeah.
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 Could definitely be.
Could be a little sloppy.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it's going to be one of those
But
games where
that's
a lot of
okay.
things might happen.
Entertaining CS,
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's good for the viewer. It's good
Yeah.
for anyone else except for the teams and their coaches.
Which it drives crazy. Says with the man who's been
Been
there.
there many times.
Warm the carpet out behind them, no doubt. All right, time for a break for us. When we come back, however, we will, of course, move on to our final series of the night. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know it's pretty late for many of you around the world, but we do have one more series to go. And we search for the only Chinese team. Can they finally make it through to the main stage in the quarterfinals? We'll find out very shortly.